Welcome to the Odd Drunk Podcast. It is now time for spooks and blues, the years and beers of the spookiest time of the year. So grab your drinks, your tricks and treats, and prepare yourself for Spooktober.
On my, you know what I mean? And I got a new browser, and you can include this in the recording. Hey, welcome back to the Odd Drunk Podcast. Hey. It is Spooktober.
I'll have to remember to put the Spooktober intro in.
Yeah. It wouldn't be the same. It's
watch me forget.
No, that's not my Reddit. Physical Hawk 8074. That's not the right one.
You have multiple Reddit accounts.
I do. I don't know why.
You can troll with one of them.
Yeah, well, yeah, one of them's my troll account. The other one's my just doom scrolling. The other one is my I don't know why I have this other one. To be honest, I forgot why it happened, or
I have one Reddit
otherwise
account,
it happened.
And I mostly use it for doom scrolling. Very occasionally I comment on things. But mostly doom scrolling.
You're not karma point farming?
No. I have I have 999 karma right now. I'm looking at it.
Dang, you're active on there. I only have I don't think I have anything. Well, I don't know.
I've had this Reddit account for like a decade.
Yeah. Oh, I've only had mine for the last 3 years. Because I usually just
occasionally I will comment on stuff, but most of the time I just doom scroll.
Yeah.
Upvote things.
Let's see. But yeah, I got a new browser. I think I mentioned it before. I got Brave.
Oh, yeah.
Which is a great browser. It's snappy. It's, focus on... I'm not running a VPN currently because I, really can't afford to pay for one anyways, but and don't really need one because I know how to be safe on the internet.
Yeah.
But no, Brave is good because it's, privacy friendly and everything. It's really snappy. It's bare bones. I mean, It's pretty much just like it's basically just an iteration of Microsoft Edge, but without all the stupid stuff.
Yeah.
And it does have its own AI thing because everything does, but it's not in your face. Like you can use it if you want kind of thing, but it's not I hate annoying.
That everything has an AI thing in it.
I hate that. I was on TikTok earlier and I would say a solid third of the videos I saw, because I'm not on TikTok enough where it knows my For You page, so it gives me the slop. I have to sit through the slop,
a lot of AI
and
slop
a third of it is AI videos. And I'm not gonna lie, there was one that I even laughed at. It was a possum getting into some Halloween candy on the table, and the animatronic thing they have scares it falls over. But part of my brain was like, wait, something's off about this. And then I saw the AI tag and I was like, what? And then I look back and then you can see a tree in the background, morphing.
I've had a few times every once in a while, because I don't get
scary.
I don't get a ton of AI stuff on my feed because it kind of knows what I like. I doom scroll there enough. But occasionally I have found myself an AI thing. I usually catch it, but occasionally I don't catch it, and I'll like it and then have to be like, wait, hold on.
Yeah.
And then I go back and I have to unlike it because I'm like, I don't want this stuff.
No, but it was really pissing me off and also disturbing me. You can tell it's AI still, at least people that are internet savvy. Mm-hmm. I think most people can still tell if it's AI. It's getting
pretty scary.
It's starting to get a little tricky because now there's real videos I see that I question is it AI or not?
Yeah.
Although
I've been pretty pleased with myself. I've seen a few videos that people have made where they're two photos comparison, one's real and one's AI. Can you tell the difference? Usually I'm able to.
The actual AI video generation is getting absurd.
It is, yeah.
Most of them I see is dumb, police dash cam arresting Pikachu in a Ferrari, or SpongeBob driving off with bags of cocaine. things like that. But like the actual, well, for one, it's a whole copyright infringement issue. Like, I'm surprised Nintendo doesn't have their fucking assassin lawyers on all this shit.
It's so hard to go after that stuff.
But it's literally, I mean, taking from existing IP and then regurgitating it.
Yeah.
And getting, whoever's AI farming and paying for this. Like, I think for the Sora video generation, you're going to have to spend a pretty penny, like $200 a month. But you could also make killer. I mean, unfortunately, I don't think it's cool or a good thing, but you could really grift on there and just rage bait or just make whatever to make a penny.
Yeah.
And it's just, ew, I don't like it.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not like the most completely anti AI person. Like I do still
me either. I see it.
I do still think that there's uses and that like it can be a very good tool in the right hands. The problem is just it's not in the right hands, and also everything has it. I hate that I Google stuff and the first thing
you get the AI overview.
And I've had situations where I've gone and I've Googled something, not because I was searching for an answer or something, because I was trying to find a website or something like that. And I immediately spotted that the AI overview was just factually wrong.
Right.
It's happened tons of times where because never trust the AI overview on Google. I maybe there is a way, but I wish you could like turn off that option on your browser. I'm sure you can. Maybe you can.
But if you just update. I completely forgot that I made this Reddit account, like my main one, with our oddrunkpod Gmail. oddrunkpod@gmail.com.
Nice.
If you want to send us anything, actually, just don't. Don't
send us stuff. We're not going to click on anything
unless it's some spicy news, spicy clickbait or something.
Yeah, if you want to,
I'm just going to read off my phone.
If you want to get us clicking on malicious links, just make sure it looks like it's spicy news.
Yeah. I'm just going to read it off my phone because I don't feel like dealing with this. Because I don't know what my password is. I'm just on it. It just works, and it's all I need right now. So let me... Okay, that's ready. Anyways, yeah, it's Spooktober. It's spooky season once again. I got my Halloween lights. We already decorated, like, last week of September, we finished stuff off.
Nice.
Because, we love it. We like having fun with it.
Yeah, I have a few decorations up. Not a lot, but I'll get more up.
But yeah, it's that time of year, and it's a very special time here at the Odd Drunk Podcast. One of my favorite traditions that we do is Spooktober, and we've fallen off the wagon on posting regularly. It's more infrequent than it has been, but life's been busy, and there's been a lot going on, and good things.
Yeah.
Good things. I don't know if I can mention it. If you want to mention it,
this last weekend was my wedding. So
yes,
if anyone listening is disappointed that there was no episode, too bad. I don't have to apologize for that.
Right.
And you were there,
Colton.
and you came down and visited for that, and were there, and it was awesome. And
yeah, it had that kind of energy.
Yeah.
That's my quote word.
Fabulous. That's great. Good for you.
That's what I told Colton in front of all his friends and family.
Yeah.
No, but it was the wedding was fantastic. It was great coming back up to Durango, Mexico, or going down south to Durango, Mexico to see you again. And remember that running gag. Anyways, it was a ton of fun to see you and Caleb and our other buddies, and
it was just a really good
actually
time.
See you in person, because we record we talked about this earlier.
We obviously we went to J-Bo's, right? We had some PBR.
Yeah. Long-time listeners.
PBRs are actually not as bad as I thought.
Thanks, Dad.
It's been a few weeks. We're probably both gonna totally abuse the soundboard tonight.
But every time I say but and I know you have that sound effect. We all do. It's a basic Discord one. But anyways, yeah, it was great. There you go. It was great coming up and seeing y'all, and the wedding was beautiful. It was awesome. It was my first time being the best man, and probably maybe my only time. And well, the way I looked at it, I was a little nervous to make a speech or anything, but I'm glad I did. And I did give a shout out to the podcast force, obligatory, shameless shout out in front of people that have no idea what that is or care. But you know, it is not to go on a tangent here. And we've kind of gotten deep into it in the past, but like the podcast, my favorite thing about it is just it keeps our friendship alive. It keeps us talking to each other, hanging out when we otherwise, you know, a lot of friends
hang out.
Naturally, a lot of friends fall off because you get busy in your lives, and we get busy too. There's been, you know, obviously anyone listening, you may know, you know, we've fallen off on recording, but like we still keep coming back to it because we just have fun doing it, you know, just hanging out. So I'm very grateful for the podcast in that way. And I wanted to go on my speech a little bit more, but I got choked, a little nervous and everything, of course. And I had enough liquid courage, but the old fashions, they were heavy handed.
Oh, they were. Yeah, they were.
Yeah. But
the bartenders in general were pretty heavy handed.
I want to admit, yeah, they were. They were making a good impression. But I want to, just talk about how, like, you know, it's pretty amazing that we're gonna have this whole catalog of just us hanging around and shooting the shit. You know, that it's gonna be. I think about this sometimes, but it will be truly a cool thing to look back on when we're done with this. I mean, not that I plan on ending it anytime soon or at all. I mean, it just maybe won't be frequent, you know, at a certain point, but I know we'll come back from time to time. But we're going to try to get back on track now. Things are slowing down, at least for you. And, you know, busy at work and everything myself. And I got some other things going on. I'm actually picking up. I might be playing with some guys. I might be playing some bass.
Nice.
These guys were looking for a bass player, and I've been talking to them, and I've been practicing, getting some Geddy Lee going.
Hell yeah.
And by the way, Rush is reuniting, which who knows how expensive their tickets are going to be. And yeah, it will be weird without Neil Peart, of course, the professor, and who's, you know, pretty much the GOAT of drumming, at least in the rock scene. I mean, watch his solo in Frankfurt, Germany.
Yeah.
He does like a 10-minute drum solo. And apparently it was like 90 minutes into the concert too. So it wasn't like early where he's still, you know, to perform that way at his age.
He was a fucking legend. I mean,
and what's cool though, it's kind of, I guess, synchronicity that I've actually been listening to Rush again, because I have a customer that's a big Rush fan.
Oh, nice.
That comes in every couple of weeks or so. And when he first came in, I was like, yeah, it's been a fat minute since I listened. So I put on some Moving Pictures, of course, which, you know, some may say that's their best work. I also like Permanent Waves. And of course, I got 2112, nerd out to that whole saga, the overture and everything. But, you know, it's cool they're coming back together, and you can look up their announcement and everything. Like, essentially, like, they came back together every once in a while to do stuff. Like, they came back for the Taylor Hawkins tribute.
Yeah, they've done appearances and
they've done a couple things, and they've done other projects, but they were like, basically, Alex and Geddy were like, we just truly missed, like, we started jamming together again just at their homes and whatever, and then they started playing Rush songs again, and they were like, we missed this. And they think, you know, it's been, you know, unfortunately 5 years since Neil Peart passed, but like, this isn't Rush 2.0. This isn't like them doing, at least for the time being, it could change, but it's like they're not doing new Rush stuff. They just want to play their old songs and like honor, and because Neil wrote most of their work anyways. So I mean, it's really honoring him. And apparently they got the Jeff Beck's, who also rest in peace, Jeff Beck, absolute legend. What, he passed away like a year ago?
Something like that, yeah.
2 years ago? Yeah. But they got Jeff Beck's drummer, Annika Niles. And I'm pretty sure I've seen her stuff before, like with Jeff Beck and like some solo stuff like on YouTube. But yeah, I think she'll do a great job.
2 years ago, January of 2023.
2 years ago. Wow. Yeah. But yeah, they got Jeff Beck's drummer, and I think the idea is like she'll do the classic fills like from Tom Sawyer and whatever, that we all expect, which is one of the most famous drum fills ever. Yeah. But still do her own thing with it. Nice. Make it her, and not just copy Neil down to, which probably wouldn't even be possible to completely copy him.
No, I mean,
without just stringent having the sheet music in front of you.
Don't get me wrong. He's like there are some excellent fucking drummers out there.
Yeah,
but plenty who could absolutely play.
But can they play exactly like the Professor? That's the thing.
And you know what? Even if they could, that's no fun.
No, I don't think it's respectful either. I think it's cool. Well, I also think it's you may think this is a silly statement, but I also think it's cool that they're not replacing with some other dude. Mm-hmm. I'm sure they thought about it for a while, but like, but obviously there's no replacing Neil Peart. He was, I mean, you can't have Rush without Neil Peart at all. I mean, just at all. And anyway, I think it's gonna be cool. I don't know. I would like to try to see them, but they're playing like a limited tour. It's probably gonna be crazy expensive. I heard the worst tickets are gonna be like $500 for the worst seats.
Yeah,
but maybe not. They say it's not official yet. We'll see the pre-sale tomorrow. But they're playing in LA like for 5 nights, in Chicago for a few nights. Like they're doing like a limited tour just to see how it goes. And but they may continue to tour more, which that'd be cool. Anyways, awesome. Enough me going on my Rush tangent. I don't know really how he got on that.
I don't know.
Oh, because I was listening to Rush.
Yeah.
And
anyway, we should probably.
I know you said we should keep this at a tight. No, I said that.
You said
keep it at a tight 90. I said that.
You said that. We should probably start reading some. So we're if you could probably tell from the title, we're reading some spooky stories from Reddit.
Yeah, the title said that. I didn't have to say that.
The title probably says something.
But
like
yeah.
that.
It's Spooktober, so we're reading some spooky, scary stories from Reddit, which
stories to tell in the dark.
I've been listening to it. Listening to a lot of YouTubers narrate Reddit, scary Reddit stories. But most of them, actually, all of mine are from r/NoSleep.
It's like my main go-to if I want from there, but I also have a few others. I just grabbed a bunch of them. We'll see what we get through, but I have also from r/Ghost Stories.
Cool.
And
cool.
I also have I just had from r/Paranormal Encounters. I have just a thread of people sharing their ghost stories on it, which I thought might be good.
Yeah, so we're gonna kick off Spooktober. So we're just some haunting, scary stories. Well, to be honest, I've read like some of these, but it's gonna be hopefully they don't end up being crap. But they had a lot of upvotes.
Yeah.
But I wanted it to be a surprise for both of us.
Yeah.
And yeah, so kick back. Crack open a beer or a soda or a cup of Joe. You don't really crack that open, but you know what I mean. Because really, we're just the Odd Drunk Pod a name anymore. We don't drink as much because we're trying to be, healthy, responsible human beings.
I have a little nip of whiskey here.
A little nip.
Tonight, I'm drinking some non-alcoholic beer, some Athletic Brewing.
Nice.
Yeah.
The whole, I don't want to be controversial or like rub you the wrong way.
And I mean like a nip, like not even like.
Yeah.
That's like.
I don't want to rub you the wrong way, Colton. I want to rub you the right way, not the wrong way. But
that's what she said.
Yeah. Yeah, I set you up for that. Thank you very much. But yeah. But maybe a controversial opinion. Yeah, Athletic Brewing's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm kind of over non-alcoholic beers.
Yeah.
Just because if I really want a beer, I'm just gonna get a beer.
Right.
A beer. But I drink so infrequently now, which is good. Just every once in a while, just on occasion or out to eat. But like, I don't like when we started the podcast, obviously we were drinking every week, heavily. Yeah. And when you get closer to your 30s, well, not too close. We're not too close yet. But when you get there, your body starts, that's when things start to go down if you don't change. And if you don't start living a healthier lifestyle, and drinking that heavy every week is not a healthy lifestyle.
No.
And even then we didn't endorse it. We were just like, we're just doing this. But obviously
at no point were we ever like, you guys should be drinking.
Yeah, we are. Well, yeah, we did, but we didn't say you have to be alcoholics. So, no, but my thing is though, since I don't have beer as much, I'm at the point where I'm not like cold turkey sober. I know I almost went through that phase, but like I'm just like, I don't need it. I like to enjoy it here and there. The most I drank recently, within the last like 5 months, was at your wedding.
Yeah.
Of course. Like I was not gonna just sit back. I wasn't gonna be like, oh, I'm just gonna have some water and a lemonade. No, I mean there's an open bar that's paid for. I'm gonna get swifty, okay?
Yeah.
So, but no, it's been. It actually makes it more rewarding to really enjoy a good beer, like a good like try new beer or something, or like even if I just go back to one of my faves, it makes almost makes it taste better to me because it's like I haven't had it in a while, so I'm not used to it. It's not like numb to it. But no, like the NA beers, I get it. But like, if I'm gonna spend the equivalent funds on an NA beer, I might as well just enjoy some real ones. But I get it. I mean, I get it.
Yeah.
Because it can help people wane off, and it can also
I like them, or a lot of them.
Healthy option.
Not all NA beers are as good as others.
Yeah, I would say NA Guinness. I could go for NA Guinness because I just oddly like the taste of Guinness.
Yeah. The Athletic is
especially the
good. Athletic, I think, does a good job because they're not trying to mimic a specific beer. Like it's not an NA version of another beer.
It's their own.
It's just their own thing. So like it still tastes like an NA beer.
But I will say,
but it is pretty decent. Like
oddly enough, NA Heineken.
Yeah,
I think I might actually like it more than just regular Heineken. No, I don't know. I haven't had an actual Heineken in a while, but I've had NA Heineken.
Yeah, the NA Heineken's not bad.
That one, I actually really like. That one, that's one I can get behind because that one is almost more like and this usually isn't a good compliment for a beer at all, but it's an NA beer. I think they should be their own thing, like a seltzer, basically. Yeah, it's just like a seltzer with a bit of a beer, wheat lager flavor, and that actually hits. I like it. Anyways, tight 90, tight 90.
Right.
Anyways,
all right.
Hey Google, dim the lights. God damn it! Hey Google, turn off my light. there.
It's funny because I have the Google.
It's moderately darker now. It's darker than it looks.
It's funny because I have a Google phone. I remember going over to your apartment and you would say, "Hey Google," and then my phone would turn on. There it goes.
My dad got us the Google Kitchen display for Christmas a few years ago, and it's just become a part of our life. And if it fucks up, though, then the lights fuck up, and then if your Wi-Fi goes out, luckily our Wi-Fi's been good. There hasn't been bad maintenance lately for the last couple months. Yeah. But if that goes out, then you're like, oh yeah, I got to flip the light switch, but it will make the light start blinking because it's trying to calibrate. So buyer beware. Right. Make sure you have good Wi-Fi if you're gonna. But that's why only some of our lights are smart, quote unquote smart. Really, it's just a extra way to have color changing lights. It's just a little extra way to do that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that
that's pretty cool though.
I like it, but I'm also like, I don't need it, but we just have it. And I got the smart lights on sale, okay, for like $20 for like 5 of them.
Nice.
Anyways, dim the lights.
Dim the lights.
And turn on your spooky podcaster voice. And we are going to get in to some Reddit.
Spooky stories.
Do I have a ghost?
I hope you don't mind. I would like to go first. Because I have one here that isn't too spooky. It has a nice little ending. So I thought it'd be a good... I remember...
I had no idea what that was going to sound like, by the way.
One day at the store I used to work at, the power went out, and in our back room, the storeroom, it's pitch black back there, and I hid my phone on one of the shelves back there, playing, like, random spooky noises. Trying to freak people out.
Here's a random spooky noise.
Very spooky.
All right. Anyways. That actually scared me. That was massively loud.
Anyway,
I should apologize.
I have a spooky story.
Apologize.
Here. I'm sorry, James. I have a spooky story here that's not too spooky. So I thought I might ease us in.
All right. Don't tell. Okay, just tell me.
Not too spooky here.
Just tell me.
This one is on r/NoSleep. The monster under your bed isn't always there to scare you.
Uh-oh.
All right. It's not too
Uh-oh. That has some implications.
I tried not to.
The implication. NSFW.
Yeah, the monster under the bed doesn't have to scare you because of the implication.
The implication.
I was lying alone.
Wait, is that the actual? Okay.
No.
I thought it was just like a shit post you were gonna pull up. This still could be.
It's just Dennis.
Newsflash, asshole!
Asshole! yeah. All right.
I was lying alone in my room when I heard the voice, deep and crackly, coming from under my bed. Hey, the voice cried out. I told myself I was just imagining it. Hey, kid. I drew my knees up to my chest and ducked my head under the blanket, trying to shut out the voice and the cold wind that drifted in through the window, ruffling the curtains. Who are you? I asked. I'm the monster underneath your bed, the voice replied. You mean you're real? I asked.
Why does he sound Australian?
I don't know, that's just how it came out.
Or Cockney.
What do you mean? The monster said. Of course I'm real. You have a name? I asked. Of course I have a name. What is it? Frank. Frank? Yeah, the monster said. Is there something wrong with that? No. I mean, I don't know, I said. It's just not very monstery. Really?
Can I offer you a nice egg in this trying time?
Sorry, you said his name was Frank.
Yeah.
what I imagine. Go on.
Well, my parents didn't want me to be a monster. Really? What did they want you to be? A dentist? That's funny, I said. I could feel myself beginning to smile. What did your parents want you to be? I don't know. Hey, Frank. Yeah? Aren't you gonna, like, scare me or something? What? Why would I do that? Well, you're a monster, aren't you? Well, yeah, of course I am. But that doesn't mean I like to scare little kids. I thought that was your job.
Can you screen share this?
Probably.
You can do that later. But I want to do voices.
It's my job to scare people, he replied. But only bad people. Am I a bad person? I asked. No. But you're not the one here I'm here to scare. Who are you here to scare? I asked. The man inside your closet. The skin on my arms goose-fleshed up. I wanted to ask him what he meant, but I fell silent as I heard a rustling coming from the closet.
That's a good twist.
The door cracked open, and I could hear soft footsteps padding towards me from across the bedroom. I didn't dare peek out of the blanket. The footsteps stopped, and I could hear something heavy breathing next to me. I squeezed my eyes tight. The warm sanctuary of the blanket disappeared as it was yanked off me. I hugged my arms around my knees and prepared for the worst. A scream shattered the night air, followed by the sound of breaking glass. I opened my eyes, a crack, to see a knife lying on the carpet next to my bed, blade glinting in the moonlight. My parents rushed in the room and asked me what happened, but I didn't know what to say, only that someone had been hiding in my closet and they'd jump out the window. My parents called 911. The police came right away. They picked up a man called Gary Thompson sprinting through the streets a couple blocks away. He was covered in blood and broken glass. They found Gary's car abandoned on our property, and inside they found duct tape, knives, and a video camera. From what I heard, Gary's lawyer employed the insanity defense, as Gary is currently incarcerated in a state mental facility for the criminally insane. I never heard from Frank the Monster again, but the officer who arrested Gary told me that he sleeps on the floor of the facility. He tells the doctors that he's terrified of Frank, the monster under his bed. The end. Yeah.
That's good.
I think that's a fun one. Not too scary, but yeah.
Also, I hope the obligatory, the sound, the background sound in every spooky YouTube video, the music. Yeah. Hope that's playing. I'll help you do that. Don't worry. I'm not gonna just throw that on you. I'll help you find a good clip.
I missed the part where that's my problem.
Yeah. Anyways, it's been playing this whole time because.
Oh yeah, of course.
Because we willed it. I willed it. All
right, your turn.
My turn. Want to purposely start depression? No, you don't. Sorry, that was just my email. It's scarier than these stories.
The real scary story. Phishing scams through your email.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Don't click on just any random link, kids. Okay. This first one. By the way, I said we're not the Odd Drunk podcast in name, but sometimes have other things. Anyways.
What?
Huh? Just other things.
Oh.
This one caught my attention because I was just at a wedding. Some guy I know.
Yeah.
some random guy, nothing.
Just showed up.
But yeah. But no, this story is I went to a wedding. Oh, this is from on r/NoSleep from Blair Daniels. Okay.
Hold on. I'm gonna turn on my fan quick.
All right.
Okay, there we go.
All right. Wait, maybe I can link my thing. No, I'll just read off my phone. It's fine. This has gone on long enough. Okay. This is from... Right, all right. That needs to be a clip. All right. I went to a wedding. The groom wouldn't stop smiling. I went to my cousin Abe. But you would hope that...
he's happy.
What if I just stood there just like this the whole time without any change? Would you appreciate that?
I think I would think it's funny. I don't think my partner would have.
No. Anyways, watch Smile. Watch Smile 1 and 2 really, but 2's even better. But that has creepy people smile. Jack Nicholson's son is it? He has the same creepy smile as his father.
Ooh,
anyways, let me restart since I went. Okay, I went to a wedding. The groom wouldn't stop smiling. I went to my cousin Ava's wedding a few days ago. I'm still processing what's happened. I'll try to get everything out as best as I can. Ava has been dating some guy named Ethan for the past year. Being in their 30s, they sort of fast-tracked the whole marriage thing. I'd never met the guy, and I hadn't spoken to Ava in a few years, but what the hell? It was guaranteed to be a fun time. The groom walked down the aisle first, a tall, pale man in a dark suit. He stood in front of the church and smiled. He smiled when Ava walked down the aisle. He smiled as they kissed after being pronounced husband and wife. He smiled as they walked out the church. Yours was at a church.
Yeah.
Well, chapel. Where we played inappropriate punk rock. Good times. Anyways, not at the wedding. I mean, prior to that, at a different time. It didn't strike me as weird until we got to the reception. When they entered, he was still grinning that wide grin. With his perfectly white, straight teeth. Good for him. But up close, he's probably got veneers. But up close, it looked, I don't know, wrong somehow. He wasn't really engaging with guests. He wasn't talking or laughing. He was sort of scanning the place, staring, grinning wide without it really reaching his eyes. I guess he's smiling for the camera, I told myself. Or maybe he's a little socially awkward, and he figures nothing will go wrong if he just keeps smiling. Oh, that's fair.
Fair enough, yeah.
There's some customers I deal with that I just have to smile and just be like, okay, sir. Anyways, it got really weird. However, when they served... Wait. This guy's grammar... By the way, the grammar and the sentence structure, and that's the Reddit user that wrote this. That's not me necessarily. I mean, necessarily.
Sometimes it's really fun stories, but they are not like...
Well, I mean, it's just what
edited.
Anybody can post
They're
anything.
Just...
I mean, it depends on how many karma upvotes they want, I guess, or maybe that's part of it. Anyways, it got really weird. However, when they served dinner, I watched him sitting at the sweetheart table with Ava, shoveling chicken piccata into his mouth as he still grinned. I mean, I would probably be in a good mood if I had chicken piccata.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Barely opening his mouth wide enough to get the bite, immediately closing it, making loud chewing noises as he chewed while grinning. Have you ever seen someone chew their food while grinning? It is completely unnatural looking, smiling with your mouth closed, sure, but showing all your teeth, grinning as you chew? So fucking weird. They eventually came to our table to say hi. I couldn't tear my eyes away from his face. He was still grinning. His wide blue eyes were jittering from person to person at the table. His face looked like a mask. There was no warmth. It was like looking at a statue. I whispered this to my sister once they left. There's something seriously wrong with him. Why is he smiling like that? My sister thought I was being a catty old maid. Well, old mister, shut up. He looks fine. No, he doesn't. He looks like he's madly in love, she snapped back. Stop being jealous. Jeez, Matt. That hurt. It honestly did. I like that he added that comment there. None of the other guests seemed to think anything was wrong. They thought it was all fine. Him grinning through the first dance, through the speeches, through the fucking champagne toast. He tilted the champagne flute into his mouth without spilling a drop somehow. This is so weird. Maybe this guy is just like rage baiting him or like trolling. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They just have a bet with the bride.
Yeah. I excused myself to use the bathroom, but that was my first mistake, not really realizing he had disappeared from the dance floor. As I was washing my hands, a stall door swung open behind me. In the mirror over my shoulder, I saw Ethan, standing there. His skin looked milky white in the bright lights. His blue, bulgy frog eyes stared at me. He was smiling. I don't mean that he saw me and then smiled. No, when he opened the stall door, he was already smiling. I don't like that. He walked over and began washing his hands at the sink right next to me. Even though there were 3 other sinks, our shoulders bumped. Great wedding, I mumbled, trying to be friendly. He turned to look down at me, slowly. His blue eyes bored into mine. My heart began to pound. Music's great, too, I said nervously to fill the silence. He just stared at me. That's when I realized he hadn't said a single word the entire evening. There were no vows. He just nodded. Then the officiant asked if he took Ava as his wife. He didn't think the best man after the speech, and hadn't even seen them talking to Ava at the sweetheart table, just smiling and staring. Just imagine that. You don't actually take your vows, like you just you don't say anything. Just like, okay, I guess he does. Anyways, yeah, okay, where was I? Okay, yeah, he didn't thank the best man after the speech, and I hadn't even seen him talking to Ava at the sweetheart table, just smiling and staring. I backed away. His eyes tracked me as I went, just as I reached the bathroom door. He stretched up to his full height and stared down at me. He looked even taller than he had in reception hall somehow, under the fluorescent lights. Then he stopped smiling. As his face relaxed, his cheeks sagged, his forehead drooped, the skin of his face began to shift and slide. I froze as his face began to pull and separate from his skull.
Jeez.
Okay, here's the far-fetched part. Okay, here we go. That escalated quickly. He grinned, and everything stretched back into place. Oh, so it's like basically his face is so stretched out from smiling, it's just like sagging down or whatever. I think that's what it's. Anyways, he grinned and everything stretched back into place, or maybe it's like Clayface, the old version of Clayface, where it's just like actor with, and he's constantly messing with it, like before he becomes the big monster.
Yeah.
Which the Clayface movie might be like that. I don't know. I finally leapt into action and darted out the back.
Just be a guy with a gun.
Just like does a dance on the stairs, you know. Well, Clayface was really just a guy with a gun, like back in the 40s.
Yeah.
Just with a clay face. Anyways, back to the story. I finally leapt into action and darted out the bathroom door. I went back to my sister and grabbed her arm. We have to get out of here, I breathed. Ethan, will you shut up already? She said, barely even looking at me. And then Ethan sauntered in, long legs taking him smoothly across the dance floor. He slowed as he passed our table on his way back to Ava. He reached out and squeezed my shoulder. It's been 3 days. The skin of my shoulder is pulsing with pain, like it's infected somehow. And I can't help but notice every time I look in the mirror, my face looks a little saggier, a little looser, like it isn't quite attached the same way anymore. So I've started smiling more, just to hold everything in place.
Oh, so he's just got like a medical condition.
Ooh.
That's obviously contagious.
But yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
it could be that. Or it could be
sounds kind of ableist, that story. No.
It could be like a weird demon that infects you.
Maybe, yeah.
Or just a really weird,
bad skin
rare medical condition. Yeah. But anyways, yeah, that's the story. That was good. I think.
Oh no! What do we do? I'm so scared.
I don't know what to do, Todd Howard. The top comment says, and this is someone taking it seriously, by the way. I think you really should get to a priest or an exorcist. This is terrifying. I hate to be negative, but I don't think you're okay. Get some help now. Maybe you'll have something to smile about, because I don't think you do right now. Good luck, man. I'm just going to stay over here. Awfully convenient that he picks OP to pass this curse. Is it only passable to a person who notices something is up? Yeah. There's a butthole. I mean, hey, come on, guys. It's just our no sleep story. Just, I mean, but yeah,
that was okay.
There's that one. I thought it was good. Yeah, I mean, it had a good build up on the tension, creepy imagery. I imagined some things.
Yeah.
You know, look up here. Well, this is a visual part. Just look up Jack Nicholson smiling. Like, imagine that.
Oh yeah. So I've got one here. This one also from r/NoSleep. The previous tenant of my flat left a survival guide. I'm not sure I want to live here anymore.
Just to pause you for a second, I think I saw that one earlier. I hope I didn't. Good, I didn't save it, but it did pique my interest. Okay.
All right. I moved in with my boyfriend yesterday. We've been together for 5 years, and now we're old and wise enough to settle down and leave our parents' houses. He just turned 24, and I'm 22. He's the love of my life. His name is Jamie, and I couldn't be happier to be living with him. When we decided to make the leap... When we decided to make the leap, we spent 2 months looking at flats and houses. We couldn't afford to buy yet, so renting was our only option, but the prices were astronomical. For our budget, we would have been lucky to get a box room and a stove. Jamie works for a local 24-hour fast food restaurant, and I'm training to be a teacher. The early stages of training don't pay much, and I owe a lot in student loans, so finances are tough. We had almost given up hope until we found our flat. It was nothing special, but to us it was a palace. A spacious 2-bedroom apartment with a view of the city park, a balcony, and local conveniences. It was in a tower block, so in a not so nice area, but neither of us had been wealthy growing up, so we weren't fussy. Just grateful to be together. The advert was sweetened by the deposit-free option and open-ended tenancy. The landlord was happy to sign a 5-year contract if we wanted. That sort of thing never happens in the city. We were told that along with no deposit, we would also have no inspections, but would be liable to pay for any damage when we ended the tenancy. I'd never
very hands-off
landlord. I'd never heard of anything quite like it. We knew that for our budget.
Both a blessing and a
yeah.
It's a blessing and a curse to have like a hands-off landlord like that. It's like, yeah, just don't.
Yeah, they leave you alone, but they also don't shit.
Cause any damage. I mean, but they won't do anything.
Yeah.
We
knew that for our budget and location, we weren't going to get any better. We snapped up the place fast, not even bothering to view it. It felt like our only chance. Move-in day rolled around quickly, and yesterday we got the keys to our first home together. It was such a strange feeling. The day was chaos getting our stuff in and out of the lift. We were flat number 42 on the 7th floor. The items we couldn't get in the lift had to be taken up the stairs by the removal men. I think that they were grateful we weren't any higher, but I still wish we had been able to give them a better tip. In the evening, we settled down on our second-hand sofa given to us by a cousin of a friend and watched some TV. We smoked some cigarettes on the balcony looking at the park and fell asleep on the mattress on the floor super early because we had no energy to put the bed together yet. And Jamie had to work at a hideous time of the morning. We slept soundly the last night. I felt safe and happy, but I don't think that feeling is coming back anytime soon, and it's all due to a note I found this morning. I found it in the kitchen having a coffee, hours after Jamie had left for his early shift at work. It was in one of the cupboards that were fixed to the wall were a bunch of useful items from the previous tenant. Spare keys to the flat, a set of tiny keys that locked and unlocked the windows necessary for those kids this high up, spare smoke alarm batteries, and a folded up piece of paper. The note was handwritten with "New occupier of flat 42" in beautiful cursive on the blank side. I opened it up and sat down to read. I can't really describe it to you, so I'm going to copy it out below. Dear new occupier, firstly, welcome to your new home. I lived here before you for 35 years with my husband. Unfortunately, he had an incident at home recently that I'd rather not discuss that claimed his life. My sister has now decided I can't keep up with the demands of the property and has insisted I move in with her and her husband. I was reluctant at first, but the stairs do kill me at my age, and without Bernie, it's filled with sadness. Anyway, when you live somewhere for as long as I have, it feels like a person that you know. You understand its personality, and what makes it tick. I thought it was probably pertinent that I impart some of that knowledge to you. It's a wonderful.
I do think, sorry to interrupt, but I do think that a place or a building or what have you can have whether you believe it or believe it or not, supernatural, and I don't even think necessarily that way, but I think places can have a vibe that they give off, obviously, from their actual aesthetic and
a kind of
everything
energy
involved, but there's an energy.
Yeah.
I
don't know. I've never personally had ghost experiences.
I can kind of feel that. I will say my own kind of personal, kind of spooky. It's a quick one, a quick little kind of semi-paranormal story, because I'm not really sure why I felt this way, but we went up the Flagstaff about a month ago, and walking around downtown and everything. It was nice, but we went to this hotel, the Weatherford Hotel, and haunted hotel, built 1897. Maybe it was before that, but it, built in the late 1800s, and Durango's got its fair share of that straighter, and General Palmer, but yeah, and it was on Ghost Adventures before. And I was like, oh, that's cool. Let's check it out. And the actual outside of the hotel, you can look it up if you want. But it has the constructions. It's kind of a Victorian look, but it has one roof is a super pointed, almost like a witch hat or something. It's odd. But anyways, we were actually trying to eat at a restaurant down there that was in the basement of the hotel, or not quite the basement, but the first floor, offshoot, and they were having an event, so we couldn't make it. But my girlfriend had me go in because we had our dog, so we couldn't just go anywhere. She had me go in to speak with the host and get us this table. Well, I go in, and it has a big old grand piano and a picture of a portrait of past owner, or the original owner, you know, from back in the 1800s and everything. And James Weatherford, or I forget his name, but his name was Weatherford. But and well, anyways, just to get down to it, you know, this old West architecture, you know, the look,
yeah,
like, and you've played enough Red Dead Redemption, but as soon as I stepped in, and I was having a great day. Great mood, full of energy, just a great day. And yeah, I did have in my mind, I was like, oh, this is supposed to be haunted. Ghost Avengers, they went and, you know, screamed, running around with their night vision goggles, you know, and Zach Baggins, yeah. Or Baggins. Is it Baggins? Like Frodo Baggins, or is it Baggins? I think it's Baggins.
I don't know. Zach Baggins.
But, yeah. But I had, you know, that bias and that, you know, previous like knowledge of the history of it and everything. But as soon as I walked in, and I was just in this here, I felt immense just weight on me. Like I felt like I was somewhere I shouldn't be. I felt like I went somewhere that was like private property,
right?
Or that was like I did not have permission to be there. Yeah. Like I immediately got that vibe. There was not a single person in the main ballroom, in the front entrance. Not a single human being. Not a host, like, manning the station. They were off doing something or whatever, and it was dead silent, even though the restaurant just next door, I guess it has great soundproofing. I don't know. Even though the restaurant just next door had, you know, tons of people talking, music, and and they were hosting an event. And I went in there, and it was just silent, and it felt like I was not allowed to be there. And I sat down and looked at a random like nature magazine just to distract myself while waiting for a host. They never showed, and I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm not gonna stay in here anymore. I don't like it. Okay. And what I'm getting down to, it's probably all in my head, but places, can really carry an energy.
There's definitely, like, I've never had
other instances where
I've never had like a ghost experience, except for I'm convinced that my apartment is haunted because we have a security camera that's motion detected, and sometimes it goes off and alerts my phone, and then I look at it and there's nothing.
For no good reason, but maybe there is something.
So I'm pretty sure we have a ghost, but it's all the ghost does is just annoy me while I'm at work by making my phone buzz.
Right, just triggering it.
Never does anything when we're home.
Well, have you ever heard just something fall in the middle of the night for no reason?
Oh yeah.
I mean, most likely. Well, at least now, because I have a cat, like, I just suspect it could be my cat. But before that, I was like, what? And I'll look, it was like on the edge of the fridge, and it was just slowly rattling off or whatever.
Yeah.
But no, anyways.
No, I've definitely, like, I've been to places that, like, where, like, I used to work at a hockey rink in town, and I would close up on weekends, so I'd be there.
You got to drive a Zamboni.
Yeah, I would drive the Zamboni, and I would close up on weekends. It'd be midnight, 1 a.m, something like that. You know, everyone's out of the building. I lock it up. I shut out the lights. I go out the back door. You know, and when you shut out all the lights in that place, you know, like the scoreboards lighten up the place with like a red glow, and that property is right by the old Animus Cemetery as well. I know they used to do like funerals basically where the rink is now.
Wow.
And I've always been told that the place was haunted. I've never experienced anything other than the raccoons. But
fair enough.
But
it's
one of those places where, like, just the vibe I get from the place is that if I turned a corner and just straight up saw a ghost, like fucking the librarian in Ghostbusters,
you just be like, okay,
I would be like, yeah, that seems normal. About right.
Yeah. I know. I'm sorry, we lost the story. We're gonna have to recap. But this is the last thing. Yeah, I've never had a straight up. I haven't had any kind of what I could say is a supernatural experience where I was like, I don't know what that was, and like, I'm scared for my life. I get the heebie-jeebies. Well, I get the heebie-jeebies, but like I said, it's not that I've seen anything, a ghost, or think anything I've experienced was a ghost.
Right.
You know, but there's been plenty of instances, like with the hotel, but are with just random things where I'm like, I feel like I shouldn't be here. Or I feel like something doesn't want me to be here, or just that energy of it is a negative energy. Like this place has bad vibes. Like sometimes you just, and I think it's like our sixth sense, you know, that like the Bruce Willis one, but that you just get vibes, and like your lizard brain will tell you danger. Yeah. For whatever reason, and it just happens sometimes.
And maybe it's just our imagination doing it. Maybe it's.
But either way, you just for whatever reason.
Places kind of do have like, energy like that.
Yeah.
Sometimes I also feel like Bruce Willis.
Yes. He was dead the whole time.
I'm gonna leave that open ended there. On what exactly that
dead the
means.
whole time.
Anyway. Recap, we're
let's get back to story.
Reading this note that the old tenants left.
Yes, reading the note.
Yeah.
The new tenants found the old one. Okay.
It's a wonderful home, honestly. I have lived through the best and worst years, and leaving it behind is very emotional. But if you are to survive and get the best out of it, then there are some steps that you need to follow. 1. The landlord will never bother you. He doesn't visit, call, or communicate in any way, but make sure to pay your rent in a timely fashion always. I have only dealt with him once in 35 years, and let's just say I never missed another rent day. Any repairs require you to speak to the agent you rented the place with. 2. Do not use the communal lift between 1:11 and 3:33 a.m. Just don't do it. This step is vital if you are to have a happy life here. It is really life or death. Don't do it. This has cost me and many others in the building greatly, and I would rather not elaborate on why you shouldn't do this. Just please don't do it. I cannot stress this enough. 3. When you hear the strange animal noises coming from flat 48, don't question it. Mr. Prentice lives there, and he's a lovely chap. Don't be afraid to say hello to him in the corridor or on the stairs. He's old school, so he never risks the lift. But whatever you do, don't check on him when you hear the noises. You'll know when you hear them.
Okay.
4.
Will do.
If you ever come across a window cleaner on the balcony, ignore him. He may seem like the nicest fellow you ever had to try to. He may seem like the nicest fellow you've ever had trying to sell you something at the door, but it really is best that you don't engage. He will go away if you ignore him. But he tries pretty hard the first few times, so you'll need some resilience. Whatever you do, don't offer
a window
him.
Cleaner?
Yeah. Whatever you do, don't offer him anything. No money,
whatever you do.
No hot drink.
No money, no hot drink. Okay.
5. Don't leave food scraps out. Bin or refrigerate them immediately.
Hot toddy.
If you have small animals, it's imperative that you watch them eat and take away any leftover food immediately after they are done.
I mean, that's just good.
Yeah.
Hygiene.
This and Rule 2 go hand in hand. The things forage all day and seem to really love animal feed. You don't want them in your flat. I promise you can leave what you want out between 1:11 and 3:33 a.m., so you may not want to feed your pets then.
You can leave something out between
leave what you
1:11 and 3:33. So that's when you can feed them. So that's why you can't use the lift, because these creatures come out, I guess.
From
6. Mr. Princeton's apartment or whatever his name is.
Yeah. 6.
Okay.
Don't communicate with any neighbors who claimed to be from flats 65 through 72. These flats suffered a fire in the late 80s that devastated the whole floor. All the residents died in their homes. The building was mostly council-owned at the time, and they never bothered to renovate the flats. They've been empty ever since, but every now and again, someone will knock at your door claiming to live in one of these flats and ask to borrow some sugar. They will seem entirely average, but you must shut the lock and lock the door immediately.
Entirely average.
I installed 2 extra security bolts to avoid these fuckers. I don't like to swear at my age, but they really are fuckers. 7.
Just entirely average looking fuckers.
Yeah. 7. Simple one for you here. Keep a weapon in each room.
I might tell one of my coworkers that, like on casual day, you look entirely average today.
You look average.
Entirely average. Cute there.
7. Simple one for you here. Keep a weapon in each room.
Oh, simple.
Sometimes you follow all
America.
Yeah.
Of course.
Sometimes you follow all these steps and something still slips through the net. Better safe than sorry. 8. The building has a committee that will try to get you to join. It's one of those neighborhood groups about improving the living conditions for... Is this all just a warning about the HOA, this whole thing?
It's a lot of... Yeah, it's just an HOA metaphor.
It's a nice group, and the lady who runs it...
Just pesky neighbors and people trying to sell you something.
Yeah.
You know?
It's a nice group, and the lady who runs it, Terry from Flat 26, is a fantastic neighbor. But by all means get involved. But I wouldn't recommend babysitting Terry's 2 children. She'll ask you, because the poor woman needs a break. But if you accept, I don't say I didn't warn you. See, that's just an HOA. Yeah, that's...
Yeah. And honestly, yeah, babysitting 2 children, yeah, it can be chaotic.
9.
Okay.
Stray hairless cats sometimes roam in the hallway.
Hey, that's just my apartment complex. Yeah. Stray cats? Seriously, I have a lot of cats around here.
I know there's...
Ever since they see my cat at the window.
Oh, they hang out.
All the male strays want to come hang out.
Oh,
you know?
Yeah.
All her homeless boyfriends.
Domino's hanging out with the bums.
I'm slowly devolving to like Charlie's apartment life.
Yeah.
Just cats out my door.
Stray hairless cats sometimes roam in the hallway. I know they're supposedly a special, expensive breed, but they don't belong to anyone. They're mostly harmless, but don't pick them up. Not unless you see one of those neighbors that claims to live in 65 through 72. Then grab the cat and lock it inside with you. It'll burn your skin a little, but the cats are friendly and I wouldn't want to see them hurt.
It's the ghost of the cats that died in the fire.
Maybe. Yeah.
That's what I'm Okay, there's a lot of stipulations and like this is complicated. This is tough. Okay, keep going.
10. There is no way to fix the damp patch in the ceiling on the bedroom. Sometimes it will turn a deep crimson and look quite concerning, but please do not be alarmed. It doesn't drip. It doesn't get any bigger, and it's been there longer than I have. The landlord won't budge on it, according to the agents. I flagged it many times, even called the police at the first night it changed color. But it was a waste of time and will be for you too. Best to ignore it.
Oh, it's like water bubbling through the wall? Like a leak?
Or blood. Said it turns crimson,
Sometimes.
You can trust the postman. His name is Ian Flanders. He's been the postman since before I moved in. He has his own key to the main door and delivers post to the door every morning at 8:45. I can't include everything here or it would become a novel, but if you have any questions, Ian will help you.
He's like the only guy.
Yeah.
I'm putting this all together. This is reminding me of like 1408.
Mm-hmm.
Except that was a haunted hotel, but where there's all these different ghost inspectors and characters and all these different things that could happen and rules and
that's a pretty good movie.
know.
Yeah.
That is a good. Yeah, that's John
Cusack,
right?
Yeah, who hasn't been in anything.
And Samuel Jackson.
Yeah, he's in that.
Yeah, he's
number 12. Finally, the first few weeks are the worst. You'll feel like you've made a mistake. I'm sure reading this you already do. But if you can get through the first few weeks, it really is a lovely block to live in. Every property has its quirks, and this one is a little extra special. But you can be truly happy here if you just take my advice. I wish you all the best. I really do. Yours truly, Mrs. Prudence Hemmings.
I forget that this was just the note that was left there, supposedly, not the actual story itself. This is just the story in the story. And then that would be a lot to unpack the first night or first morning, no, they woke up first morning. Yeah, that'd be a lot to unpack after moving somewhere.
And then it continues back to the narrator.
Yeah, now the actual narrator. Yeah,
I don't really know what to think after reading this note. Hopefully it was some sort of joke, but the agent had said the previous tenant was an elderly lady, and I can't see anyone named Prudence Hemmings attempting to play a practical jokes on someone they've never met. There were also parts of the note I couldn't disprove. There was indeed a large damp patch above the bed that me and Jamie had already discussed reporting. No crimson, but it definitely existed. I had also commented on a beautiful Sphinx cat roaming the halls as we were moving in. I started to get seriously freaked out. Our dream, our little home that had just become the source of fear and confusion. I checked the time and it was 9:14. Damn it. Out of time to catch Postman Ian. When I opened the door to check, sure enough, 2 letters addressed to a Miss Hemmings sat on the doorstep. At about 1:15, my worst fears were truly confirmed when a friendly middle-aged looking man carrying window cleaning equipment knocked on my balcony door. I ignored him. I didn't want to take the risk until I'd spoken to Jamie and showed him the note. I texted him, all ready to rush home. I felt bad as the man rapped his knuckles against the door for over 10 minutes. But honestly, the longer it went on, the more I was terrified.
Rapped his knuckles?
Like, rapping on the door?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. My windows were sparkling. Due to our lack of curtains, I couldn't even hide from his gaze. I felt so exposed. He stayed for a total of 30 minutes exactly, and never once did he stop looking at me or knocking. He shouted the occasional ultra-friendly line or humble request for a beverage in the heat through the door, but I did my best to avoid eye contact.
It's a ghost. He's just reliving his life.
Finally left, I looked outside at every window in the flat, but I couldn't see him on any of the other balconies or see any equipment suggesting he was around. He had vanished completely.
You know, in that situation, I almost rather it be a ghost than an actual person.
Yeah.
Like, because that's just fucking weird and crazy, man. Anyways.
Jamie still hadn't texted me back. He must have been having a rough shift. It was Friday, and they were always busy. It was often that he didn't reply. He was due home around an hour anyway. I read the note probably 100 times over, tortured myself reading it for the next hour, desperately waiting for Jamie to come through the door and tell me it was all crazy and I should relax. I hoped for that so much. But Jamie never came. His shift should have finished midday around 2 p.m., but he still wasn't home. I panicked, I cried, I left over 100 voice messages on his phone, but got nowhere. I finally decided it had been long enough that I'd call on his work. I wouldn't embarrass him and told him that I finally decided that it had been long enough that calling his work wouldn't embarrass him, and his boss told me that he had never turned up for his shift. I thought about it. What could have happened? Then it hit me. Jamie's shift started at 4 a.m. today. He would have left the flat at 3:15 and taken the lift down the stairs.
Oh, he's cooked.
I don't know what to do. I tried to convince myself it was just a big joke. Maybe Jamie wrote the note and got his boss in on it. A voice in my head kept telling me that he couldn't write that if he tried, but I had to attempt to fool myself. It's getting late and it still isn't true. What if it's all true? I think we made a big mistake.
Sorry. Your boyfriend's cooked.
I think there are a couple more parts.
Or maybe
it's
like a multi-part thing, but we'll leave it at the intro. Maybe we can get back around to it at some point.
Yeah.
Cool. I like that one. I like the yeah, like I said, remind me of the 1408. Just like a whole menagerie of ghosts and ghouls and stuff haunting your apartment and just
Ghost
weirdos.
and
And maybe it's just HOA.
Out to socialize.
Maybe it's just a bad lawyer. I mean, not lawyer, bad landlord, and a really just pushy, cringy HOA.
Yeah.
And a bunch of stray cats.
Yeah.
So, maybe that's it, or maybe it's actually haunted and your boyfriend he's cooked. So I'm sorry. Now, next, I think maybe we have time.
You want to do
for one more?
Yeah, let's do one more.
Or two more okay ones.
Yeah.
Let me modestly sized.
Or how about this? If you've got one, and then I've got a little forum post here where people have shared their little stories.
Well, I don't know how long we've been recording. I mean, well, let's get a couple more out. Yeah. Let's just see where it goes. Now, I have a few in no particular order. Let's do... This is also from No Sleep. This could just be the No Sleep episode. I know I didn't get no sleep last night. For really dumb reasons. Not the fun reasons. Just tossing and turning, you know. Insomnia. It's a thing. It's not fun.
Yeah, I've seen Fight Club.
Yeah.
I understand insomnia perfectly.
Okay. I work in a... Okay, this is on r/NoSleep, of course, from the Lady Neeks Talia. I work in a 24/7 diner. Last night's customers weren't human. Oh, and this had... How many upvotes did this have? Wait, I scrolled way too down now. Way too far down. 1,953 upvotes, almost 2,000. So these are all like the latest ones that we looked at upvotes that I've looked at.
Right.
Anyways, I worked in a 24/7 diner. Last night's customers weren't human. You know how it only takes a few small accidents to make you homeless? An emergency expense here, a couple of overdraft fees there, a rent check that bounced because of the fees, and an eviction notice that happened because of the bounce. I went from stable, albeit not wealthy, to sleeping in my car within 4 weeks. And I count myself lucky. At least I have a car. Sorry. And a job, which is why I have this story. I worked the overnight shift at an all-night diner. Maybe you've heard of it, maybe you haven't. They never close. They're always hiring, and they don't really care about your background. Let me guess.
Denny's?
Denny's, yeah. I love the Durango Denny's.
Waffle House?
Something about it. Our Waffle House, yeah.
Waffle House is more accurate on where like a ghost story would take place.
Yeah, it's always at a Waffle House, right? Anyways, it was the quiet hours. When the time is so late, it's early. The diner was empty, so I was leaning against the counter eating a bowl of chili with shredded cheese and chopped onion while I scrolled for other jobs on my phone. The cook was outside having a smoke, and the only other person in the diner was me. With me was a young pregnant girl named Cherie, who was texting her grandmother nervously. I'm gonna have to leave early. My grandma's telling me I need to come get my child. I hate when she does this, but I can't afford a babysitter either. Cherie was cool, but like everyone else here, she was having a rough time. Her boyfriend was in prison 60 miles down the road, and part of why she worked here was to fill his accounts and have enough money for regular visits. He was there for murder or something, but we don't really talk about our personal lives, so I wasn't sure. Brucius, that's a very like Roman name. Brucius was the cook, and he took a smoke break at every available opportunity, which when the restaurant was empty meant a lot of opportunity. He'd wonder back if a customer walked in, but there was no reason to bother him. Hey, it's not a problem. I'll handle everything. Go pick up your kid. Oh, thank you. You're a lifesaver. I owe you. Don't worry about it. I'll see you Wednesday. She ran out the door, and I didn't think anything of it. I heard her say goodbye to Brucius, and then her car engine grind as she drove away. I had another 4 hours left on my shift, and with any luck, it would stay this quiet. Of course, since I'm here talking to you, you know it wasn't so lucky. The door dinged, and a family of 4 walked in. Mom, Dad, boy, and girl. My eyes flicked to the parking lot. I didn't see a car, but I just told myself they could have parked behind the building. It's funny. I don't remember what they looked like. However, I do remember what they wore because it was some real Leave It to Beaver, Andy Griffith type shit. The dad had a blue plaid button-up shirt with a white shirt underneath and khaki trousers. His hair was perfectly slicked back like one of those old Bright Cream ads. The mom wore a red gingham check dress with a wide skirt, crinoline, and singed waist. I don't know. I probably mispronounced that. Her hair was impeccable, straight out of an old Betty Crocker commercial. The little girl had hair in 2 pigtails anointed with yellow bows and was wearing a pink shirt and blue shorts. The boy had perfect cowlick and wore a blue shirt and red shorts. Sounds like kind of a 50s, like aesthetic. I felt unsettled. They looked perfect, but they felt wrong. Brucius came back inside, took one long look at the family as they settled into a booth, then went through the swinging doors into the back without a word. Rude. Good evening, y'all, as I said as I set down the laminated menus. Can I get you something to drink? She has an accent now. Because she said y'all. Each member of the family clasped their hands over the menu and turned in my direction with a smile. Oh no, not the smile thing. This is not intentional. 4 glasses of milk, please, said the dad. 4 glasses of milk, please, said the dad, his tone folksy like something out of an old sitcom. Everything looks so delicious. Okay, I'm going to stop myself from doing any more voices because I won't be able to get through this. Just deadpan. Deadpan. Everything looks so delicious, said the mom cheerily without glancing at the menu. I couldn't remember the last time I've seen adults order milk, especially at such a late hour. Now I kind of want to do voice again, but thank you, the dad said when I set their glasses down. No one moved 1 centimeter. Their posture and faces in the same position as they watched me pour their beverages in return. I wiped my hands on my apron and attempted to smile. Are y'all ready to order? The 4 of them glanced towards my name tag in unison, and I was suddenly glad most of it was hidden beneath my hoodie. We're waiting for someone, said the mom in a sing-song voice. Wait, let me... in the sing-song voice. Okay. We're waiting for someone, said the mom in a sing-song voice. They all turned to face either of their small identical smiles on their faces, condensation from their untouched glasses making 4 tiny puddles. It wasn't right for the children to be that quiet, or for anyone to be that still. To be honest, it wasn't normal to wait for someone at that hour either. I pretended to wipe down the counters. Guests weren't supposed to be left alone, and I didn't know what to do. Are you sure I can't bring you anything? I asked after a couple distressingly silent minutes. We told you. We're waiting, one of the children hissed. I startled and dropped the rag. That wasn't a child's voice. No, it was not. All 4 sets of eyes fixated on me, but this time no one was smiling. My heartbeat rushed in my ears, and I could have sworn they've heard it too. Okay, I laughed nervously, my voice a little too high. Abruptly, out of the corner of my eye, I saw Brucius waving frantically behind the swinging doors, gesturing for me to join him in the back. Relieved to have an excuse to leave, I backed away slowly, something deep in my most primal brain telling me not to turn my back to them. Rules be damned, I couldn't be out of there alone with them in a second longer. I barely opened the swinging doors when he jerked me all the way in. Listen, he whispered urgently, his grip tight on my arm. Those people out there aren't real people. I looked back through the small window in the swinging door. He interrupted me. What I don't have time is to explain. You see that bag of salt? He jerked his head towards a giant-sized bag of pure rock salt I had somehow never seen since I started working here. Pour a line out front. Make sure it's far enough back that the swinging door won't break the line. It needs to go all the way from one wall to the other. Or extra if you're not sure. Just a little side note, the salt thing, that is like a folk superstition. You put a line of salt around your home, it will keep spirits out.
I've seen Supernatural. Come on.
Yeah. They also use that in weapons.
Keeps demons out. Oh yeah. In Supernatural, they have rock salt loaded into their shotguns.
Oh, that's great. But I also meant the movie called Weapons.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, a little confused. There's the line of salt plays an important part. Like you break the line of salt and things go batshit crazy. Anyways, what season is that with the rock salt shotguns?
Throughout the whole series.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's just like a thing
I'm gonna have to watch
it doesn't
Supernatural.
like kill
My
the
girlfriend
ghost, but like if the ghost is coming after them, they can delay it by shooting it with a rock salt.
Well, anyways, yeah. Traditionally, in witchcraft, supernaturally speaking, salt is usually like a kind of a defensive barrier of sorts. Pour a line at the front. Make sure it's far enough back. Okay, yeah. So the swinging door won't break the line. It needs to go all the way from one wall to the other. Pour extra if you're not sure. I'm confused, and I'm scared shitless. Pour. He hefted his own large bag of salt and began making a wide circle, one large enough to fit us both. Looking behind him, I could see there was already a similar salt line at the back, stretching from wall to wall. I had no idea what was happening, but I had never seen Brucius be anything other than laid back and chill my entire time here, and that was enough to get me to listen. As I poured, I took a peek through around the window and the swinging doors and spotted the family still sitting there. They still hadn't moved. This is really fucking creepy, I muttered under my breath. Once my line of salt had been poured and double-checked, Brucius pointed to the inside of the circle and pressed the finger to his lips. Tiptoeing to the wall, he carefully opened the circuit box. Then, taking a deep breath, he switched off the breakers, plunging the entire restaurant in the darkness and turning off the lights outside. Why? Anyways. In the next instant, he leapt to join me in the middle of the circle. Oh, this is like the SpongeBob circle.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But it doesn't work. It doesn't work on a sea bear or whatever. Or you have to be playing the ukulele with the sombrero or whatever.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about.
Oh,
the whole Camping with Squidward one. Classic episode. Anyways, one heartbeat later, I heard the most ungodly shrieking from the dining area. I clamped my hands over my ears, but it didn't help. It was like the sound waves were made of broken glass. My skin felt like it was being peeled off. My eardrums screamed. I started to fall over and stopped abruptly, only partway down. Brucius had twisted the collar of my shirt around his hand. I'd almost fallen outside the circle. Another shriek rolled over me, and I sobbed in confusion and pain. My muscles clenched into knots as I fought an instinctive urge to run. Brucius's grip tightened, keeping me grounded. Just then, the swinging doors blasted open, and a roiling, inky mass slithered and slopped its way inside.
Cool.
You'd think it would be too... Yeah, I didn't expect this. You'd think it'd be too dark to see anything, but there were so many mouths, so many teeth, so many eyes. The space filled with the scent of rot and tar. This was the family. I retched and clamped my hands over my mouth to keep the vomit down. The mask glided and spilled its way up to the very edge of the salt line and stretched horizontally along its entire length. I understood why there was a circle now. If there had been the slightest gap in the line or between the line and the wall, it would have slithered its way across. My eyes burned the longer I looked. I felt something warm drop onto my hand. I thought it was tears. It was a nosebleed. Oh, sorry, I'm really congested. Ugh, okay. As the screams ratcheted higher, Bruce shouted. Oh, she just wrote Bruce here. I guess Bruce would be short for that? I don't know. For Bruceiest? Bruce shouted, "Close your eyes!" I clamped my hands over my ears, screwed my eyes shut, and sobbed. Eventually, I don't know how long, the screaming stopped. I must have passed out right after because when I came to, it was dawn. Every muscle and bone in my body ached when I stood up. My face was crusted with dried tears, snot, and blood. Bruceiest was red-eyed and bedraggled. He was using his special broom, the one he said do not use in Sharpie on the handle to sweep all the salt into a large dustpan with the same directive. The salt had turned a smoky blue and smelled like sulfur and gasoline. Perhaps it was the daylight, perhaps it was surviving the single most terrifying night of my life, but when I spoke, my voice was surprisingly calm, even though it sounded like I'd chewed and swallowed broken glass. They like the broken glass simile there. It's been used a lot. I'm going to wash my face. Then I'm going to make us coffee. And then you're going to tell me what the hell that was. He nodded, mumbled, yeah, and kept sweeping. I was half tempted to turn the sign at the door to close, but it would just be my luck if the manager appeared out of nowhere when I did. Besides, the place was empty. Once he was done sweeping, he washed his hands and joined me. I poured him a mug of the best coffee I've ever tasted in my life. He lit up a cigarette, and we looked at each other across the empty table. Despite the commotion, the diner was in perfect order like nothing had ever happened. What was that? He took a long drag, as though toying with telling me the truth or not. But after last night, it was too late to lie. They're called the family. I never seen them before, but Carrie, the waitress before you, and Cherie worked here for a few years and said they would show up every once in a while. He paused as if expecting me to say something. I took a long sip and he kept on. The first clue was that they didn't have a car. They just appeared, I don't even know from where, and walked in. The second is how they were dressed. Where did they come from? I don't know, but the lore is a family disappeared on the highway decades ago, and when they came back, they were that. And y'all didn't think to tell me this when I got hired? Would you have believed it? I guess not. There's a reason the pay is so good. Without the salt, the lights, I don't know if I'm going to continue to do voice. Anyways, listen, I don't know all the rules, and she didn't eat either. But before the place was built, apparently there were a lot more disappearances. People would get off at this exit because they thought they saw a sign for food or gas, take a turn, and never be seen again. But now people just stop here, right off the highway, and right back on. That means when the family gets hungry, they come here. Yeah? That's why you went straight to the back? Yeah, I needed to get started. And you turn off the light so no one stops while they're here? Yep. What about the salt? He went quiet. You saw why. At that moment, the door opened and a couple with a toddler entered. A real family. Oblivious. We stopped talking. I took their order and Bruce just heated up the grill. There was nothing else to do. This happened a few weeks ago, but I'm still working there. Wow. Just desperate, I guess. Yeah. Corporate gave us an extra bonus check when the incident was reported.
Oh, so the corporate
which
knows
got me
about
hit. Yeah, corporate knows, I guess. They know it's a thing. gave us the extra bonus check when the incident was reported, which got me in a cheap hotel with a decent bed and shower for a little while. Still applying for jobs, but no one else has called me back for an interview. I'm alive because of Brucius, but he was just hired as a corrections officer at the prison and is leaving soon. I might delete this later, but I needed to share it with someone. Where no one would know who I was or judge me. What do you think I should do?
Nice. I like that one.
Yeah. They wound up being just like a blob creature.
Yeah.
Of sorts, kind of a Lovecraftian look. All the mouths and eyes and everything. Yeah, I mean, that one surprised me with the twist. Like I said, I haven't read any of these, so
yeah. I like that one.
Oh, and someone commented on like where it could be. This guy said Steak and Shake, and then this another minor deity said Waffle House Avi.
Yeah.
But then the OP said not that one.
So
So
not
Denny's.
Waffle House.
It's gotta be Denny's then,
Gotta be at Denny's.
or maybe an what's it called, a Holiday Inn? Or no, not Holiday Inn. What is it?
Village Inn?
Village Inn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They have really good pies.
they do. Yeah.
So it's either a Village Inn or a Denny's at this point.
Yeah.
Or just like a, well, no, it is well known. But going through the comments, it's most people are just playing along with it. But then there's some people that genuinely believe it was real, you know, of course, because it's
Yeah.
Reddit. Come on.
Or at least they're acting like they believe it's real.
Yeah, just act. It's just playing along with it.
Yeah.
I am sorry. The lady, Ninx, Talia, I'm sorry. I think that was just a story you created for NoSleep. Ooh. Now I'm just going to stalk her page.
All right.
Yeah. She
Well,
often writes. Yeah.
I've
She or he
got-
writes a lot of
Maybe one more here, and then maybe we call it.
NoSleep stuff. All right.
How's that
Just
sound?
like a creative writing manager or something.
So this one's also r/. We're just all of these are r/NoSleep.
Yeah.
Posted by
It's a NoSleep episode, I'm telling you.
Posted by Mr. Beef Thighs.
Mr. Beef Thighs. Nice.
That's a good username. Don't think you need to be in the countryside to run into a cryptid. There are monsters in this city too.
True that.
People always talk about the number of monsters that reside in our country's vast tracts of uninhabitable land, the dense forest, deep caves, and the remote mountaintops, and the danger these creatures present to us. They're right to warn you, especially about the areas near our national parks. But did you ever stop to think about why the vast majority of people that go missing are last seen in some of our largest cities? For every one person that goes missing in the American wilderness, 3 vanish in our cities. Granted, some of these disappearances on both sides can be contributed to murders, accidents, kidnappings, or runaways. But a growing number each year can be contributed to those things that live in the shadows. And it's getting worse, especially in our cities. Ask any homeless person on the street. They'll tell you 99.99% of the people they tell will write them off as crazy or under the influence. But I promise you, they're not lying. They saw a huge sticky tongue latch onto a woman and pull her into a dumpster. So have I. They saw a little girl lure a man into an alleyway before pulling his arm off and lapping up a puddle of blood. Not crazy, I've seen that too. A living shadow that envelopes its victims in a suffocating black slime? I haven't seen that one, but I know a guy who did, and I believe him.
You know a guy, okay.
I know a guy. These things are all around us, and you'll do well to listen to my story and take heed. This could save your life. A girl had gone missing. Young, blonde, blue eyes, the kind that gets her face all over the news when they go missing. Her name was Amelia Mager.
Okay.
I'm sure the entire city had her name and face memorized by the time my story started. Seems like it was all that played on the news that week. For about a week after Amelia's disappearance, I was walking home from the bars drunk and cursing myself for not being able to close with the girl I was talking to when a voice called out to me. Normally I wouldn't have paid attention. Not too many people want to hang out with you on the streets after 2 a.m., but this was a woman's voice. Being the horny young guy I was at the time, I came to a screeching halt, turned my direction to the voice, in the direction the voice came from. The voice originated from a dark shadow beneath a highway overpass bridge. Hello? I called into the darkness, my eyes straining to pick up the shapes moving around the inky black. Can you help me? The voice called back from somewhere in the darkness. I think I'm lost. Something about the voice was strange. The cadence was slightly off, like whoever was speaking was reading lines and didn't fully understand what they were saying. It reminded me of students reciting lines in Spanish class back in school. I still couldn't pinpoint where exactly the voice was coming from as it reverberated between the buildings and the overpass above. Where are you? I said to the darkness, still standing outside the shadow of the overpass. I can't.
I'm sorry.
See
What
you.
did they say? I'm sorry. I zoned out. What did they say?
I think I'm lost.
I think I'm lost. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I heard the movement from within the shadow. Not footsteps, but something dragging along the ground. I'm here, the darkness said. Closer now. I fixed my eyes on the source of the voice and adjusted. As my eyes adjusted, a figure came into focus. Just faintly through the darkness, I could make out a dirty white sundress. The ethereal glow of fabric created a stark contrast against the darkness that enveloped her and made her facial features that much harder to see. I still can't see you, I straightened my eyes, squinting into the dark. Come out into the light. I watched the outline of the sundress move. It seemed to glide along the air slowly. I heard no footsteps, and I didn't hear the dragging noise either. It came to a stop, about 4 feet from its original position, still sequestered well within the shadow, but I could see a little more. In the dim light, I could see the blonde hair and blue eyes of Amelia Mager. She was bruised and bloody, scabs dotted her face, arms and legs. The look of a crazed terror filled her eyes, and she was trying with all her willpower to scream, but she couldn't. Amelia? I asked, sobering up quickly. Are you Amelia? I took a step towards her. Please help me, she said, as she abruptly reached her hand out in my direction. I took a step back this time. Something wasn't right about her. The extending of her hand was too jerky and choreographed, and her mouth when she spoke was downright unnatural. Her jaw moved up and down in a chomping motion, but her lips never moved. I watched. It was like watching a dubbed over foreign film. That would be freaky.
Oh, that would be weird. Just that's kind of like uncanny. That's like uncanny valley type stuff. Like
if someone was talking to you and you realize it's like bad ADR in a movie. Yeah, but it's happening in front of you in real life. That would
actually freak me out. That would weird me out.
Yeah,
I would be like, oh, it's a glitch in the Matrix. You're not real. You're not real. That motherfucker right there is not real. Wonder what happened to that lady. Anyways,
nothing about this situation
felt
like right at all. But I had to do something. This was Amelia Mager, the girl who had been all over the news for the last 5 days. I recognized her right away. I couldn't just leave her there. I had seen her family on television crying. I took another step towards her and reached my hand out into the shadow to grab her extended hand when suddenly a car drove by. The headlights illuminated her for half a second as I was about to grab her. She wasn't standing. Her bare feet hung pointed to the ground, her chipped toenails dragging along the cement. She had fine, barely perceptible threads intricately wrapped around her joints, her knees, wrists, elbows, and shoulders. A few other silky threads were attached on both sides of her jaw and to both sides of her head. Her eyes were screaming at me. I had never in my life seen anyone
like
look
a
so
puppet
helpless.
or something?
Yeah, something like that. It's like a spider.
Okay. Like a spider.
Yeah, like probably like its web, maybe.
Oh, I was imagining when you said threads. I was just like imagining like she's sewn together.
No, I think it's like a marionette.
I missed a part of that.
Like she's
like a
hanging,
marionette
yeah.
pulling the string. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I wasn't far off.
Oh yeah, totally. Here we go. In that half second of light, my eyes followed the thin strands of silk that attached to her joints to the origin of the ceiling of the overpass above us. Barely visible, a giant hulking spider pressed up against the overpass. Each of its 8 legs manipulated a strand of silk, controlling their marionette below. I took 2 steps back out of the shadow.
It's just a big spider. It's literally just a big spider.
Just a big spider, yeah. I took 2 steps out of the back out of the shadow, staring at the massive creature. I watched it twitch its legs, and my eyes darted back down to Amelia as she was dragged back into the darkness under the bridge.
So this must be just an average occurrence for the Weekly Planet. Just running into a, giant car-sized spider in Australia. You know, just average, just another day, another Tuesday.
As she was dragged back into the darkness under the bridge to be used as bait for the next guy unlucky enough to walk in this direction. I left her there and ran straight home. Amelia Mager was never seen again. I've seen a lot of weird shit in the city over the years, and stuff like that seems to be happening more and more often. I said all of this to say, don't think you have to be out in the countryside to run into a monster. They are everywhere. Sometimes they look just like you and me. You probably walk by a few of them every week without knowing. So
sometimes they're just a big spider.
Yeah.
Forget about that part.
Just a big ass spider.
Sometimes just a giant spider. Like Queen Shelob.
So keep your head on your shoulders and don't do anything stupid unless you want to spend your last few days being used as bait like Amelia, or even worse.
Damn. Where was this? They say? Did they?
Probably.
Any commenters?
Let's see.
Anything to make note of the comments?
Let's see.
Or people are just like, oh, that was a good one. Or, oh, that was mid.
Yeah, no one's guessing at what city.
No one's like coming up with a theory or like, oh, I think it might be this.
No. Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
Although I bet it's like.
Fair enough.
Baltimore. I don't know.
Right.
Anyway.
Let me see. We could in there. Yeah, that was a little too long. Do I have any shorter ones here? We should get into SCP again too. I missed that.
We should do another SCP episode.
Let's see. I got a solution here. Don't worry. Just to end this off. Okay, wait. Can you write me an extremely brief, straight to the point, but extremely scary story? Like the scariest story you can ever tell.
You're gonna do
but make it like
GPT.
Yeah, but make it, a short paragraph, a brief paragraph. I could do the voice thing on there. We could get ChatGPT talking with us. Anyways, okay, here we go.
Right.
Here was my prompt, by the way. This is what it took from what I said.
Okay.
Oh, that's exactly what I said. Oh, cool. Good voice recognition there. Now they have my voice data. Now they can clone me with AI.
Great. Oh, they got that a long time ago.
Yeah. They have yours too.
All those.
Can you write me
spam phone calls where you answer the phone and there doesn't seem to be anyone else on the line? They're just trying to get your voice data.
Just harvesting. Yeah. Can you write me an extremely brief, straight to the point, but extremely scary story, like the scariest story you can ever tell, but make it like but make it a short paragraph, brief paragraph. Okay.
that'll be interesting because I feel like concepts like scary.
It doesn't understand.
It doesn't understand.
Like,
the AI doesn't understand
it's
that.
a human concept and emotion. But I said the scariest story you can ever tell.
AI is only as good as the data that you feed it because it doesn't understand anything except for.
All right. Anyways, let's see how ChatGPT will end this off here. I woke up to my mom calling my name from the kitchen. Her voice was calm, familiar. As I got up, I passed her bedroom and saw her standing inside, pale and shaking, finger pressed to her lips. "Don't go," she whispered. Then from the kitchen, her voice called again, only this time it said my name in perfect rhythm again and again, like it was practicing.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
That's
pretty
good.
creepy. I feel like I've read extremely similar story that was like, oh, it's a mom, but not really your mom, like a mimic thing.
It's definitely like
it definitely. I've heard something very similar, but that was good.
It's
somebody else's.
Definitely like the.
It's a couple people, or it's other people's story that it just.
Oh yeah.
Truncated.
Yeah.
But that was good. That was
pretty good.
That's a good short, like it gives you the stuff like that. We've done a whole episode on Uncanny Valley. I think it's one of our best recent-ish episodes.
It's
and,
like that
the Uncanny Valley. That scares me. That creeps me out more than anything else. That's why I'm more into like the psychological thriller type of movies rather than like The Conjuring, just jump scare fest, CGI fest.
Well,
like,
I think
I like the psychological thrillers.
It's the what was that newer Evil Dead movie? Where it's like the mom.
Evil Dead Rise?
Yeah.
I love that.
Where it's like the mom, it's like obviously the mom is like undead, but it's still like being like, I'm your mom.
Yeah.
That's freaky. Or just like the whole Mandela catalog of like like your girlfriend is knocking at your door asking to let you in.
Alternates.
And then you get the phone call. That's your girlfriend being like, "Hey, I'm on my way home."
We've done 2 Mandela catalog episodes. If you have no idea what that is, it's not the Mandela effect.
Yeah,
it's not Nelson Mandela himself. It's this really cool, and it started out as like an ARG, but just really cool.
It's a cool
internet series.
Yeah, it's a cool like analog horror.
Yeah, it's one of the. Thing. It's probably. It's one of the best examples of analog horror when that was still fresh.
I'm not up to date on.
Analog horror is so overplayed now.
Yeah,
but it's still a genre or like a type of internet horror that I really like. That would be.
It's cool, and Mandela catalog is well done.
I would love to see a movie translate that well. I mean, there's some movies that like it.
I'm not up to date on Mandela catalog largely because I do see the fandom behind it is really, really cringy.
They all end up that way.
Which really makes me like avoid.
Well, like
avoid
Five Nights at Freddy's actually did start out as a genuinely creepy and atmospheric, like a well-working, simple horror game that like had this genuinely like weird, disturbing backstory about kids being murdered and then they become the suits
and everything. It's good.
Yeah, and it was creepy and weird, but then it became popular, and then the fandom took over, and now it's just a kids game. Like, now it's literally just like
it's
for
funny
kids.
because I do occasionally see
spooky stuff for kids.
See like on Reddit,
but that has a place.
On Reddit, I'll catch glimpses occasionally of like the Mandela catalog subreddit.
Yeah,
and it'll be like someone really shittily drawing on like MS Paint their like Mandela catalog OC.
their OC,
and it's
their
really
their
bad
OC Ultimate or their
makes me
Gabriel.
be like, yeah, I'm just not.
Yeah, I would like
don't
to
want to
cover that
interact
again.
with that. But actually, the actual Mandela catalog, like official,
it's well made. Alex Murphy, or Alex Keister.
Keister, right? Yeah, the stuff he actually puts out is actually pretty well made. It's just everyone who likes it.
Another one that we might talk about, like maybe not next episode, but while we're in Spooktober, look up the Local 58.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It was like the analog horror before Mandela catalog, even.
Yeah.
Like it was one of the earlier ones that kind of caught on and helped kick that kind of style off.
Yeah.
And the Local 58 like is presented like those emergency broadcast announcements.
Oh yeah.
But it will say something fucked up like the moon is always watching you, and you're like something weird like that. Check it out, Local 58. I think they're genuinely good and creepy, and that could be something we talk about actually and elaborate on.
Analog horror.
Anyways, I think we should end that there.
Yep.
Got to get to sleep soon, to be honest.
Yeah, same.
Speaking of no sleep, I've gotten no sleep as of late.
But not because of horror stories, because of
not because of horror stories, just because of insomnia. But I think I'm gonna get it tonight. But insomnia, drinking 3 energy drinks yesterday. Horror. Well, drinking 2 Celsius and a cup of coffee probably didn't help with that yesterday.
Fair enough. Yeah. That's a lot of caffeine. I feel like I drink. Consume a lot of caffeine,
much.
But that's. Did I say cocaine?
That's my max there.
I feel like I consume a lot of caffeine, but that's more than that would be a lot.
I live on coffee. I bleed coffee.
I drink probably too much coffee. I've been cutting back a little.
Welcome to morning oddities, or is it like late night oddities? We like the one thing I can't go. Like I could quit beer, I could quit alcohol, but I could not quit coffee. I could not go without coffee.
I would give up.
Like I stand firm on that.
I'd give
up
beer and wine and liquor before I give up coffee, because coffee is so good. It's
just an essential.
Even just like decaf and shit like that. Like I still enjoy a hot cup of coffee. I don't drink decaf very often.
Even on a hot day. Yeah. I love hot coffee on a cold day, of course.
I'll do it on a hot day too. I get hot coffee on hot days.
I'll get iced. Get iced coffee though.
Yeah, cold brew occasionally is pretty good.
Cold brew, yeah.
But I like just straight up just coffee with a little bit of half and half or something.
Anyways, that ended up being a bit over a tight 90, as I can see.
Yeah.
Not all of it was included.
It's more like a tight 120.
Yeah.
Either way.
Anyways, we will see you next week for another Spooktober episode. I know we're missing we're going to be missing a week because we usually would have kicked one off.
Yeah.
But I think we could make up for that maybe with a commentary. It's been a while since we've done one of those.
We haven't done a commentary.
We always do it anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we maybe slip that in.
Yeah.
Anyways, we'll see you next week, and try to get some sleep tonight. It would be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not going to leave you with anything disturbing or horrible. Not anything. And don't mind that noise you hear outside the door or someone calling your name. Don't even mind it.
Just ignore it.
You know that voice in your head saying, "Hey, subscribe to the Hot Drunk Podcast." Don't even mind it. Don't even mind it. Okay, it's not real.
Yeah,
I promise you. Maybe we're not real. Don't mind it. I'll let you. Yeah, we'll let you go at that.
We've talked about it. We might be AI.
Or maybe we're just an auditory hallucination. Yeah. Maybe only you. Just one person.
It's like A Beautiful Mind, but instead of hallucinating Paul Bettany,
maybe we're in the dream of a turtle.
You're hallucinating a podcast.
Yeah. Maybe exactly like this is my final thoughts. Maybe I'm still in the dream. Maybe we're still in the Matrix. Anyways, we'll see you next week.
This is not a test. I repeat, this is not a test. The Odd Drunk Podcast recommends you follow their Instagram and join their Facebook group for more fun content. To visit all of our current streaming and social media platforms, visit the link tree in the description. If you enjoy the show, we would be appreciated it if you would leave a review on Apple Podcasts. The Odd Drunk Podcast would like to remind you to drink responsibly and not to drink and drive.